Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steve and Nicole Show with producer Bert. We might look a little different right now, and that is on purpose. No one's wearing glasses because today is a special day here at the Steve and Nicole Show with producer Bert. We are going to be doing makeup contouring brought to you by your very own Nicole.
I'm so excited for today, you guys. We are going to lift our cheekbones, shrink our faces, contour our noses, and pop our facial features while giving us amazing jawlines. I cannot wait for the magic to begin. So,
I've already done basic foundation.
Same.
Uh, and because I didn't cut my whatever this is right here, where I
jaw.
usually cut it, yeah, I usually cut this for our show. My face looks really round when I don't do it.
Well, I think you look great.
Hey, thank you.
We do not believe that anyone has to do any of this. We're just choosing to do it because, we want to.
Why not?
Okay, so I am actually going to get caught up because if the two of you have already used foundation, I have nothing on. So what I am going to do, and I'm going to just point this out, and if you guys don't have this already happening, that's okay. But I'm going to dip into my foundation color, and as you can see, I'm just going to do not my whole face. I think part of the goal for me is to only put the product in the areas that I feel like I'm not going to come back and probably add a ton more product over the top. So I hit up my
And while
chin.
she's doing that, I'm going to show you that I used this first. It's Fit Me by Maybelline. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to actually take my MAC powder foundation and I'm going to put a little bit extra of that on just so that I'm starting with a fresh palette.
That is a good idea. That's what we're trying to achieve here is just a nice, fresh palette.
And I started with a primer and then a little bit of fixative and then my foundation.
Oh, I love it. I also have a fixative that I pre-sprayed on, and this is also my setting spray. So it's a primer and setting spray in one, but I'll show you how to do that later.
I also did that, but I used the spray primer from MAC. It smells like lavender. And it
Ooh.
is really, really, really good. As you can see, most of us pre-did our eyes already because we're not going to be touching them, except for Bert over there, who's doing his eyes.
He is
So
getting his
I'm
eyebrows
doing
done.
my eyebrow gel to make sure that they stay where I want them to.
Oh, I love it.
I drew
Pro
my
tip,
eyebrows on.
you can actually use a little bit of eyeshadow in the matching color to fill in your eyebrows with an eyebrow gel.
Oh, I like your tip. That is a great tip, Bert. Okay, are we ready for official step 2? After applying your base color where you wanted it, step 2 is that you should find your concealer or your brightest shade foundation, whatever you're using. I'm using a concealer. It's this one right here, this really bright guy. Okay,
And I am using Maybelline. It
okay.
looks like this.
Very
I
good.
believe the color shade is Pre-Dead. It's as white as I could find to
That
match
is
my very
very,
pasty face.
very, very
And
good.
I'm using Clown White.
Oh, I love.
That works too.
Okay, so the
Okay.
areas that we're going to want to start at are what traditionally are known as your T-zone, okay? So first thing, let's go under our eyes, and you want to kind of create a triangle under your eye.
Whoops.
See how I did this? Where it looks like a triangle? That's really what you're going for.
How much am I supposed to put on? I've never
And
done this.
I think you're
Is that
probably,
too much?
I think you're good with what you have.
Okay.
So I'm using a brush to apply. So I'm going to smooth mine out with a brush. But now would be the time to get out your applicator sponge also. But I'm just going to get these colors on there, and then I'm going to blend them in. So we're just going to show everyone how we're doing a little triangle under our eyes.
Your triangle's like really big.
My triangle might be a little bigger than yours, but it's because later we're going to blend it all together. How do we feel, Bert?
I'm actually going to do stuff a little backwards.
That's okay. I'm doing this before I go into the actual contour. Okay, once you have that done, Steve, I'll let you blend first.
Oh, now I have to blend this crap?
You do. And if you have an applicator sponge,
I
this
don't.
is a good time. Otherwise, your brush works great.
What's the end goal?
You really want to get that as smooth into your skin tone as possible. Seamless, no creasing. There you go. You're doing great. Wouldn't go any further out. Stay within the corner of your eye in. That's very good. Maybe even use your finger and like smooth the spots right underneath your eyes. But it's looking very nice. Like that. Yes. Very good. Okay, now the next spot we want to focus on is right here, the middle of your forehead. And this is lighter than what you just did under your eyes. So just a little dab or a couple dots if you're using a traditional applicator. Then you want to come down the peak of your nose and right down the tip of it with the light concealer. Okay, see how I did that? Right down the tip of my
So
nose.
you kind of did a circle up here?
I did. Yep, if you've got your applicator, do a couple dots. And then use your brush and blend that in to just that front area. And then one strip down the center of your nose. And not all the way to the tip. Nope. That's it. Now you're going to want to blend that in. Very good, Steve. Now the next spot we want to do is I'll let you finish. Good. The next spot we want to do is a little tap on your Cupid's bow above your top lip. See how I hit that? Cupid's bow, top lip. Just right along the line. Yep. There you go. And then while you have it out, the highest part of your chin. So really, if you're thinking about this highlighter, concealer, brightener, you're going to want to brighten all the areas that the sun would hit if you were out. You really want those to look the brightest. And
I need something new.
touch this up. Very good. Bert is on his own path, so we're just letting him do his own thing. Okay, Steve, I can already tell the difference in your highlighter on your face. Now, before you blend too much, we're going to go to our contour. Not your bronzer, but the darkest contour shade. So I have this very dark henna color. It's very dark.
Can you use an eyeshadow? Because that's all I have.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
This, if you've got one, I've got one that's a cream, so I'm going to use my finger to apply. If you've got one that's more like a powder, you're probably going to want to use your brush. I'm going to blend it out with a brush. I'm going to show you first with my finger. And I'm doing this much darker than I would do under normal, but I want you to see. So I'm going to go where my ear kind of connects to the side of my face, and I'm going to make a little jig. See how I did that? I came down my cheekbone and I made a little scoop like a J at the end. Now I'm going to do my other side to match that. cheekbone, J. J, cheekbone. And it's pretty dark. Right now, it looks a bit scary, but don't blend it in yet. Just let this happen. Very good, Steve. The next location we're going to do is our forehead. So for Steve, you're probably going to focus on what would be your natural hairline area. So we're going to go from basically the side of your eyebrow up and over. And in the middle. And no need to worry about blending just yet. We're just getting it on our face, and then we're going to work some magic by blending. Very good. Now come down and kind of to the side. Very good. Now the next place, this is going to be the magic that we do with our chins, is you'll start at your chin and go along your chin. Bert's on his own path. I love the commentary. Are you following along, Bert? I'm not. But I love it. Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm a few steps behind you.
Nope, that's okay. I'll wait. Yes, Steve.
This is what I usually do. Sorry, Nicole, I'm breaking your rule right now.
It's okay. We're going to buff it out in a minute.
And then I usually go just above as well. Are we going to do our next too?
Now we're going to buff this out, and then we'll do our neck.
Okay, I'm ready.
So now find a good firm brush. You don't want your fluffiest brush here. You want one that has a little firmness to it.
Okay.
And you're going to start on your cheek, and you're going to go up with that contour, up into your cheek. Okay? Push that product up into your cheekbones. And then repeat that process on the other side. Very good. And then repeat and kind of push your on your forehead. For me, I'm going to push it back into my hairline. Steve, you're going to want to do it to any part that would naturally be on camera. So if you tip your head down, you don't want to get a big dark line. So you're kind of going to want to blend that back a little more than you probably normally would see it, but you don't want to have that on camera. And I'm just making some little round circles here, kind of blending it down.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. So now you can really see the areas that we brightened, the areas that we're slimming, and later we're just going to add color and bronzer to this and a little illuminator, and it's all going to come together. Same process. I'm going to take this under my jawline and just go down with it. Give the illusion that I have a jawline and that my chins are not as many.
A tip that I use, and I'm going to show you really quick, is I actually take a traditional bronzer,
Yes.
this,
Yes.
and for a man, you put it right here under your neck, pretty thick.
Right. So
and then you want to take a nice white foundation of some sort,
okay.
and you actually want to put it on your sides. This is what creates for a
Very
guy,
nice.
this is what creates the longer neck look. And then you actually want to come underneath to create a nice perfect U shape like that.
Oh, very nice. Now I'm going to go back to the bronzer. You were talking about bronzer. I'm going to dip into my powdered bronzer, and I'm just going to darken up some of the edges of my contour.
Okay.
Right on the very edges. I want to look like I got some sun, but I don't want to look too fake.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, now this is where you're going to want to go back to that dark shade you had, and we're going to slim out our noses before we go to a little cheek color. So for me, I'm going to again use my finger, and I just have like a little tiny bit on there, and I'm going to start sort of where my eyebrow comes down at the very edge, and I'm going to go down and make a line. See how I did that? And then I'm going to that on the other side. And I'm going to come down with a straight line. Then I'm going to take another little bit and I'm going to go right here underneath. Very good. Then I'm going to use that same brush and I'm going to very gently blend that in with our highlighter that we did down the center, trying not to touch the center too much.
That's not going to work. Oh, shit.
You can always go back and add your right.
You can see where I wear my glasses on my head.
Oh, me
or
too.
my nose.
Me too.
So I kind of have to redo this.
There you go.
Because I ended up losing it. Because I got a little happy with the dark stuff.
I have to say that contour around your forehead and on your cheeks, you are getting a like very chiseled look along your cheekbones. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I learned it from you.
Thank you.
This is not normally how I do my makeup.
No, I guarantee it is not. Everybody has their own technique and their own way of doing something, which is great. I'm just showing you one way I do it.
I think it looks good.
It does. Okay, so the last, well, I have two more steps, but this step is I'm going to go into my blush color here. I have a real sort of peachy, very sort of natural. It's not super dark, but I'm going to go into that. And then I'm going to go right at the top of my cheekbone, and I'm actually going to curve where my eyebrow is. Now, the reason I do that is I have a really wide smile. I have very wide cheeks. So I'm going to try to give the illusion that my rosy cheeks are on the sides and not so much right up front. I want to give contour to my face. I don't want to just make it look like I've got these really tough.
I'm actually going to want to use this color. I'm going to have to wash all these brushes when I'm done, girl.
Yes, I know. So can you see
Trying.
my cheek color there?
Oh, that didn't work.
Well, I we might have gotten a little heavy with the blush.
Oh, now I'm really screwing up. Oh, I was doing so good.
Yeah, it's like your contour went away there.
Yep. But we're going to fix that.
Yeah, just put that back in there. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Just proof that makeup, when you screw it up, can easily be fixed.
Yeah,
So don't
that
panic.
that looks better. Very good.
All right.
Okay,
I'm just going to skip the
illuminator.
blush part.
Yes, you need to do the blush part, or no?
I'm
You're
going to
good.
skip.
The last step is illuminator. So this is either your brightest. You might have sort of a bright iridescent eyeshadow, or you actually have an illuminator product. And again, I love to use my finger, so I'm just going to put my finger and I'm going to hit at the highest point of my cheekbone and give myself a little shimmer, a little illuminator.
Okay. I can probably use this product, whatever it's called. I don't even know how to open half of this stuff. Okay. I should have brought like a. Ooh, that is one dirty brush. I'm rubbing it on my sock to clean it
Oh
off.
my, oh my. I'm also going to hit right here at the edge of my brow bone to do that same thing. Illuminate. Yep, just
And,
5 points.
and I am just using the same white eyeshadow that came in this pack.
Which is perfect. There are no wrong answers.
Okay. And now blend, blend, blend.
Now, there are two things at the very end. I prefer kind of this dewy look. I don't want it to look greasy, but I like this like dewy, fresh look. So that's what's happening now. And if I wanted to be done right now, I would use my setting spray. Again, I bought Milani Fast Setting Spray. And I would just give myself a good setting spray and be done. However,
And I'm using a setting press powder.
oh, that is what my next thing is I have that same product you had, the Maybelline Fit Me, and I
Yeah.
have as a setting powder. And if you then want to go in and do a more matte finish, let's say you don't want to be dewy or glossy or whatever the case may be, get into this setting powder and go in and powder the areas. Now, I'm going to leave a few areas shiny. I want my cheeks to shine because I just put that illuminating powder on there. So I'm really just going to do a few little areas with this setting powder, which will also sort of absorb some of the extra product and help on.
My final step is always just taking one big brush and going over my entire face so
And
that
blend.
there are no lines whatsoever.
I love it. And that's it. A finished look. What do you think, Steve? I think you look fantastic. Bert, what
I think,
happened to you this
Bert, what the
entire
hell
time?
went? We didn't even, like, where did you go?
Where was Bert this whole
Like,
time?
he wasn't even,
I was putting on my face.
okay,
Bert,
yeah,
Bert,
we see that.
I see that your face is now on. Let me get the whole picture here, Bert. Oh my, this is quite the look for you. I enjoy it greatly. However, I don't know that that was right along the path we were following, but
No.
great,
I
Bert.
mean, do your own thing.
Oh my gosh, and these nails, of course, the nails,
I'd put on the other set, but I
of
lost one.
course,
This is
the
this is
nails.
my Queen of Hearts makeup for Renfest. So
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
This is my I did this for Nicole makeup.
Steve, that looks fantastic. You both
Thank you.
fantastic. How do we feel about this look?
I have to.
Did it contour?
There's a few things I have to fix. You
We took
know,
4 and we'll get after photos that Bert can share with everyone. But truthfully,
I do have to. I mean, you can tell I'm wearing makeup, right? Like,
yeah.
you can tell. But it actually is really good man makeup. Like, I think I did a good job not overly doing it.
Yes.
Um, but definitely something you could pull off if you are a man who enjoys wearing makeup, which there are more and more men out there who really like wearing makeup because it just makes you feel good. It hides all those little imperfections. This is actually something you could use if you were going out to a club or to a bar because it's not obvious in any way, shape, or form.
And this is what you would
No,
use if you
And
were going to
nobody's
a
going to
drag show.
notice. Yeah,
that's true, Bert. Not
Bert,
obvious at all.
Bert, nobody would even know.
You
Like,
might
if you
get
wouldn't have told
tips.
me, yeah, if you wouldn't have told me that you were wearing makeup, I can tell. Don't tell him.
Bert, a
Don't tell him.
red look down the side of your nose is actually quite nice. I did take a little peek at you earlier when I saw that happening. I knew we were off the rail.
Hmm.
That's a pretty nice look. I enjoy it.
It really does work.
You can use any color,
Yeah,
really.
it's true. It's true. You just want to like
Hmm.
give the illusion. And that's where you could see on Steve's face, like this chin and the center of your nose and sort of that center of your forehead now are like what I notice. And the rest is very away, it brings those areas
Hmm.
forward.
Hmm.
I love it. Well, that's our show.
My eyes are burning.
By Coley, and we did it. We'll have some before and after photos. You guys should give us some feedback on what your favorite contour products are. If you're doing this already, if you totally think that my technique was off the charts, bad news, keep it to yourself. Don't tell me, it'll break my heart. So
Totally tell her.
we love all of you so much. We're gonna come
We
back
do.
with another full episode where we've got a little Blinded by Bert mixed
Ooh.
in with a couple hot topics moving into fall. Let me give you a hint. Pumpkin spice everything.
Hint number 2, what the hell is going on at the Ellen DeGeneres show?
That is true. We need to
Oh,
talk about these things. We need to
join us
talk.
next time as we tell you all about the Ellen show. We tell you all about the pumpkin spice. I think that's what we're doing. I'm just making up. But anyway, join us next time. And remember, we love you.
We love us.
And we love makeup.
Oh, we do.
Oh, it's still not how it works.
I love it. Come on. Take care.
Okay, love you, everybody. Bye.
We are recording, so whenever you're ready.
I don't have my chapstick,
Oh, geez.
and I need my lips. Where would I
Okay,
have
here it
put
goes.
I found it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. We ready?
are we recording?
Let me double check.
Can't see a bloody thing without a
Blind as a fucking bat. Otherwise, I look horrendous. Ooh, that's even worse, but whatever. It is what it
Oh,
is.
it looks.
Okay. We are recording, so whenever you're ready.
Okay. Steve, you want to introduce the first time or me?
Sure,
Okay. Go.
we're recording. Oh, look at us.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to visit our website at StephenNicoleShow.com and on our social media channels at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts and other podcasting networks. And if you found this episode absolutely fabulous, be sure to share the fun.